in these. Only Ray is such a person who does not have such visions, because he was never a part of this experiment. Welcome back to Shark Recaps. Today I am going to explain a science fiction, psychological horror drama film, Flatliners. At the beginning of the movie, we are shown a girl named Courtney driving her car alongside her sister. Suddenly her phone rings, due to which she gets distracted and the car gets into an accident. Courtney survives in this accident, but her sister dies. She is deeply saddened by the death of her sister. That is why deep down she remains under a lot of stress. But at the same time, she now also wants to know what happens after death. That is, she wants to know the world of the afterlife. Courtney is a medical student, due to which she goes to a patient. Actually, the heartbeat of this patient had stopped completely for some time, but her heartbeat was brought back by medical treatment. This meant she had died for a while. Courtney asks that lady about her experience, but she does not tell anything to Courtney. The same night, Courtney invites two students, one boy and one girl, to an unused room in the hospital. She tells them that I will completely close my heart for 60 seconds, during which you will have to read my mind, monitor it. In fact, Courtney wants to see that when a person's heart stops, the moment a person's mind remains a little alive, what does that person experience in that moment? She assures her friends that if any accident happens to me, then you will not be responsible for it. Courtney's male friend gets very excited for this experiment, but her female friend says that we cannot do this. It is not so easy to bring a dead person alive, but on the insistence of the Courtney, they have to do so. He gives Courtney an injection so that her heartbeat slowly starts to slow down, and there comes a moment when her heart stops completely. And as soon as this happens, Courtney goes to another world. She remembers all the memories from her childhood till now. It means the body of Courtney is here in this room, but her consciousness has reached to another world. Now it has been a minute and both of them try to bring Courtney back to consciousness. But even after making all efforts, Courtney does not regain consciousness. That's why they send a message to their fellow student, Ray, that there is an emergency below. With Ray, another student comes here whose name is Marlo. They tell them that the entire experiment belonged to Courtney. She wanted to experience the feeling of afterlife. Now they insert a pipe till the heart of the Courtney, so that her heart can be pumped directly. It has been almost 2 minutes since the heartbeat of Courtney was stopped. On the other hand, the consciousness of Courtney is shown, which has reached a different world. Courtney is feeling very good in this world, but at the same time, the companions of Courtney revive her heart. That is, she comes to her senses again. Her heartbeat starts becoming normal, and now when Courtney becomes completely normal, they monitor her brain. It is seen that when her heart stopped beating, her brain started going completely black. But there were huge changes in 2 parts of her brain. Out of that, a part of the brain was that from where a person feels love, hate, hunger, and thirst. And the second part is that part of the brain where a person feels emotions and stress. But Courtney must have felt a lot after this whole experiment. A different awareness has come in her life, due to which she has become very strong not only mentally, but also physically. In fact, when her heart had stopped and her mind had gone to another world, she had seen her whole life in front of her eyes in an instant. All the old memories she had were all recalled, and now there have been big changes in the life of Courtney. Physically, she has become so strong that on the first day she comes after running 20 miles. Her brain power has also increased a lot. Her fellow students and lecturer are completely surprised to see her intelligence. Also, the piano she used to play 12 years ago starts playing again in the same way. Now the other partner of the Courtney also wants to do this experiment on themselves. This experiment is named Flatliners. The male friend of Courtney, who was with her firstly, now becomes a part of this experiment. When his conscience goes to another world, he remembers that his ex-girlfriend, who was pregnant, he had left her when he should have supported her, and its guilt is still inside him. After that, this experiment is performed on a female friend of Courtney, and she remembers that when she was in school, there was a brilliant student there which made her very jealous. And one day, she had made her private picture completely viral on social media, due to which the girl got a lot of notoriety, and she dropped the school immediately after the incident. After this, the experiment is done on Marlo. Marlo remembers that she had a friend who was his patient, whom Marlo had deliberately given an overdose of the drug, which led to his death. It means, when they stop their heartbeat and their brain is fully active, then they also bring the memories of the past to their present, and they not only have good memories, but of bad memories too. So far this experiment has been done on 4 people, but Ray, who saved Courtney, does not want to do this experiment on himself. Now security guard comes here and all of them run away from here and go to a party. There, Courtney sees the shadow of her sister, who is no more in this world. She follows that shadow and reaches a car, and when she looks inside the glass of the car, there she sees her sister and gets scared. At the same time, That friend of Courtney is shown who left his pregnant girlfriend. When he comes to his boathouse, there he hears the sound of a child crying. Then he sees that there is a child under a cloth. The cloth is moving, but when he removes the cloth, there is no one there. Before he could understand anything, the shadow of his girlfriend comes from behind him. But then he gets a call from Courtney. Courtney tells him that I saw my younger sister, who is no longer in this world. You come to me soon. At the same time, Courtney is shown. When she reaches her house, she sees her sister sitting at the dining table. Courtney understands that her life is in danger, so she tries to run away from there. But the shadow of her sister kills her by knocking her down, and in this way, Courtney dies. Courtney's death makes all of her 4 friends very nervous. The minds of all these who were part of the Flatliners experiment have become very sharp, but now they all seem to be seeing something. After this, Courtney's friend once again gets the voice of his ex-girlfriend and child. The shadow of his ex-girlfriend attacks on him. She throws him in the water and tries to kill him, but he somehow survives. On the other hand, Courtney's friend is shown, whose name is Marlo, who killed her friend by overdose of the drug. When she goes to the hospital room, her friend's shadow attacks on her from behind, due to which she gets scared very badly. At the same time, another friend of Courtney is shown, who had put nude pictures of her class topper on social media. When she is in the lift, the door opens in a room. This room is very terrible, where she sees her topper friend. After that, all the 4 of them meet once again. In these, only Ray is such a person who does not have such visions, because he was never a part of this experiment. But now they understand that they do not see any ghosts, but these are hallucinations. In fact, whatever guilt is there in their hearts, they are seeing all this because of the sins they have committed. And now they decide that whatever mistake they did in the past, which is in their heart today, they have to rectify it. That's why that friend of Courtney, who left his girlfriend, goes to her. He sees that she never had an abortion. She also has her son with him, who is also his son. And he tells her that I will take care of my son, accept you, and will always be with you like a family. At the same time, another friend of Courtney is shown, who uploaded nude pictures of her class topper on social media. She meets her and apologizes. That girl forgives her too. Now, because both of them have apologized for their mistakes, then whatever guilt they had in their hearts, whatever remorse they had, goes away completely, and after that, they do not get any vision. But that friend of Courtney, whose name is Marlo, the man to whom she gave an overdose of medicine, is no longer in this world. That's why she can't apologize. While she is driving, someone tries to kill her from behind, due to which the balance of her vehicle gets disturbed and her car gets into an accident. She decides that she will once again go into the afterlife and do the flatliner experiment again on herself, so that she can go to that world, apologize to her friend, and come out of her guilt forever. She knows that now none of her friends will help her, so she once again goes to the same room of the hospital where no one comes. And by injecting herself, so that her heartbeat gradually stops completely, she messages her friends that she has once again become a part of the Flatliners experiment, and that her heartbeat is going to stop soon. All her friends reach there, but by then, Marlo's conscious has once again reached another world, which looks very terrifying. She tries to find her friend everywhere, and only then she is able to find him. She apologizes to her friend, but right then her friend gets up and starts taking her from there by making her lie on a hospital bed. Then we see a very terrible storm in which Marlo is being dragged. Courtney comes in front of her and tells her that unless you forgive yourself, you will never be able to get out of this vortex. You have to forgive yourself. At the same time, in the real world, we are shown that Marlo's body went into a coma. That is, it has been 5 minutes since her heart stopped beating. Her friends have tried their best to activate her heartbeat, but her heartbeat was not coming back. Then they inject her heart, causing Marlo's heartbeat to come back once again. It means his consciousness is back. When Marlo is fully recovered, she goes to the dean of the college and tells the whole truth, how she killed her friend by overdose. Dean keeps her on trial for a few days, and after that, all of them together throw the laptop of Courtney in the river, which contains complete details of the flatliner experiment, so that after this, no one does this experiment. This story teaches us that every step of a person in his life should be taken very carefully. Never bring any bad thoughts about anyone, and should never do bad to anyone, no matter how much you are benefiting from that bad. Also, if you have ever done something wrong to someone in life, or said something wrong, which you carry in some corner of your heart and mind, then you should apologize to that person. You should accept your mistake, because as long as you keep your mistake with you, it will only harm you. So this was the whole story of the movie, Flatliners. This movie was released in the year 2017. It has a rating of 5.2 on IMDb. Hope you liked this story.